sinker made Aaron Boone lose his mind. Boone yelled out to Diaz, "What the f*** are you doing?" But the highlight of this was Boone getting behind the plate, drawing a line where he thought the pitch was, and then imitating Laz Diaz almost perfectly. And he gets in Diaz's face after that and goes, "You stink."
I believe the children are our future.
I love it. You stink. Go to kids. All right, our next guest is our very own FanDuel Sportsbook pitching guru. He also runs one of baseball's most famous social media accounts. We are so grateful to have him here. Please welcome the pitching ninja himself. I think he's wearing the logo on his hat. Rob Friedman, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for finally making your debut on Up and Adams. You're so busy. You have so much going on. I know that you won't even be disturbed during games because you are so tuned in and so obsessed with what's going on. So we're so lucky to have you. And you're a cult hero with the pitchers in the MLB. You started out as a fan, and now you give out pitch nicknames like the Airbender that became synonymous with the pitcher. So how surreal has this experience been for you?
I mean, it's crazy. Look, I was a lawyer. How do I end up doing this? I have no idea. So, I mean, I hate admitting I'm a lawyer on air. So, I mean, this is way cooler.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to, very quickly, how did you end up here?
All right. Well, I started out like a coach. Everybody thought that I was doing really well teaching kids. My son was a pitcher. He ended up pitching in college. And I asked a lot of questions. I mentioned I'm a lawyer. So I grilled a lot of people, learned a ton, and then started sharing it on social media and had MLB guys asking me questions. And I was like, wow, this is kind of crazy. And I just wanted to keep sharing stuff and figured I wasn't going to coach forever. So I might as well do that.
Wow. Amazing, and it's worked out for you, and it's just incredible. Now, I want to talk to you about something incredible going on in MLB, because when I hear someone's name, and I know someone's name, as I do not follow baseball, it's a big deal, okay? It's Babe Ruth, it's, whoever, and then it's Ohtani, okay? This guy can throw 100 miles per hour. He can hit 40-plus home runs. What he's doing is insane, and even his situation right now is unlike anything I've ever heard of or seen before. Rob, if a player like this could even exist in the NFL, what would that player have to do to be on the field, to be in that conversation?
I mean, you'd have to lead the league in sacks and touchdowns or something like that. It's kind of that crazy. I mean, he's so much bigger than the sport that my daughter, who doesn't watch baseball, actually texted me and said, "Hey, is there any chance that Shohei wants his hair done by my stylist? Because my stylist is a huge fan." It's crazy.
How special is he? I mean, you're the perfect person to ask. How special is Ohtani?
Well, so I focus mostly on pitchers, and he is one of the filthiest pitchers in baseball. He's just one of the best pitchers. And then you look at him from a hitting standpoint, and as a pitching guy, I'm wondering how to approach him, because he just can hit anything. He's got incredible power, and people don't know he's really fast too. He's got great foot speed, so there's nothing he can't do. He's made in some lab.
When I think of my most exciting moments in baseball, have always been the playoffs. 2011 Cardinals, I was with them that season. But really, I don't care who's playing. Playoff baseball is my favorite thing. So I wanted to get your prediction. I know it's a little early, but do you have a little something for us? I'm sure the FanDuel Sportsbook crowd would love to know who you think is playing in and winning the World Series this year.
Well, I definitely do. I mean, as a guy who's based in Atlanta right now, I have to pick the Braves. I think the Braves have a great combination of pitching as well as a really deep lineup. I would not want to face the Braves lineup. It's just deep from top to bottom. For the American League, especially as a pitching guy, I love what the Mariners are doing. I think the Mariners have a very deep starting rotation. Wow. From Luis Castillo on down to George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, Bryce Miller. They're just really, really deep and have a deep bullpen as well. So I'm going to go out on a limb and take the Mariners. I don't think anybody wants to play them in the postseason. Their pitching is too good, and pitching dominates in the postseason. So that would be my pick.
I love that you love pitching. I was talking to Chris McGolan over at FanDuel Sportsbook about wanting you on the show, and I was like, maybe we have him on to talk about Dinger Tuesday. And he goes, he hates Dinger Tuesday. He's just for the pitching. He doesn't want to talk. Why would you want to talk about home runs with this guy? So I've got him in one ear, and then I've got my producer, Hamilton, saying, ask him about the Orioles. The Orioles are young and feisty. Doesn't he think the Orioles can take it?
I mean, the Orioles are great. And speaking of like non-pitchers, I love Adley Rutschman. I think he's great dealing with pitchers. And I like that pitching staff. So yeah, the Orioles, like, I don't want to throw any shade at them. They're a good team and they certainly could win it.
You've watched, I can imagine, thousands of hours of pitching tapes. I don't think anyone could answer this question better than you. So let's take a look right here. These are current NFL players that were in fact drafted by MLB teams. You've got Jameis Winston, Mahomes, Murray, Wilson. Name someone who's not on this list, Pitching Ninja, that you think would truly make the best MLB pitcher and why?
So I kind of like Aaron Rodgers. I've seen him throw. He's got a really good arm action with a baseball. Like, I thought he looked like he knew what he was doing, but he also looks like a crafty dude who would just figure out a way to get hitters out, right? Like a Kyle Hendricks or Greg Maddux type.
Wow, Aaron Rodgers, the Greg Maddux type. I think he'll love to see that. Aaron Rodgers, would you ever? Like, how has he done the first pitch?
He has done a first pitch, and I thought he looked pretty solid at it. Like, I think he played baseball when he was a kid. He looked like he could throw. Some guys don't. He definitely does.
I need to see that first pitch. We should have that. I want to see that. Now, let's reverse it. Which MLB player which MLB player do you think would make the best NFL player?
So I'm going outside of pitchers. Like, I could come up with a couple of pitchers that I could name, but I think Ellie De La Cruz would be fantastic as a football player.
Let's go.
Yeah, like this dude, incredible athlete, can throw 100 miles an hour. Fast. He's the self-proclaimed fastest dude in the world. So the combination of athleticism, height, arm strength, he could be a quarterback, he'd be a wide receiver. He could do just about anything.
I mean, Ellie did just casually hitting a triple on any given day. It was spectacular. I mean, that's another kid who, if it gets to me, just similarly to your daughter, like if I start hearing these names, that means they were doing something right. Who's the NFL player that you don't want pitching for your team?
Well, unfortunately, I've seen Travis Kelce throw out a first pitch. It didn't go that well for him. Kind of bounced it, almost killed my man Shane Bieber behind the plate too. This is tough. Look at this. Shane's like running out of the way. Don't hit me. He made up for it later on. Kelce threw a strike later on, but this is one of the worst first pitches you'll ever see. And he goes running to try to save Shane Bieber.
Okay, so Travis Kelce, sorry, you do a lot of things right. You're good at host at SNL. You're, trying to rizz up Taylor Swift. You're trying to do all these things, but pitching might not be in your future. Pitching Ninja, we appreciate you so much, guys. Everybody go follow his YouTube page. Not that he needs the subscriptions. He's absolutely killing it. And maybe we'll have you on playoff time, please.
Oh, I'd love to come back.
You're the best. Rob Friedman, we're so excited. Good luck to the Braves and to his Orioles for the World Series. I'm a Dodgers gal. Hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest Up and Adams content right on YouTube.